In 1864, a soldier at the Tower of London thrust his bayonet at a woman approaching him in the dark. The bayonet passed straight through her. He fainted, was court-martialed, and was only saved from prison because multiple witnesses confirmed what he saw. The woman had no face, no feet, and had been dead for 328 years. Welcome back to the Midnight Ledger. History's most powerful figures, queens, kings, presidents, they shaped the world while they lived. But tonight's case files suggest that for some of them, death was not the end of their influence. 4 figures, 4 documented hauntings, across centuries of witness testimony, military court records, and presidential accounts, the dead who never left their thrones. Let's open the files. The 19th of May, 1536. Anne Boleyn, the second wife of King Henry VIII, mother of Queen Elizabeth I, was executed at the Tower of London, accused of treason she almost certainly did not commit. Beheaded by a French swordsman Henry specifically imported for the job. She was buried in an unmarked grave inside the chapel of St. Peter ad Vincula, within the tower walls. She has reportedly never left. For nearly 500 years, soldiers, officers, wardens, and visitors have encountered her apparition at the tower, headless, feet not touching the ground, moving through the ancient stone corridors as if she still owns them. But no account is more documented than the incident of 1864. A rifleman found collapsed outside the king's house was court-martialed for neglecting his duty. The soldier defended himself by stating that he had been approached by a white figure. He challenged the figure to step away 3 times with no response, so charged at the figure with his bayonet only to pass straight through. This strange tale was apparently confirmed by 2 witnesses who had watched the incident from a window in the bloody tower. The rifleman was acquitted. A soldier almost went to prison. Multiple officers testified in court, all because of a headless woman who had been dead for 3 centuries. In the 19th century, an officer on patrol saw a light inside the chapel. Climbing to the window, he saw a procession of figures described as wearing Tudor medieval clothing, led by a woman who resembled portraits of Anne Boleyn. Then, all of a sudden, the light went out and they had gone. Every year, on 19 May, the anniversary of her execution at Blickling Hall, a black coach drawn by 4 black headless horses is reported, and in the coach sits Anne Boleyn with her head in her lap. The most well-documented royal ghost in British history, and she is just the beginning. Catherine Howard was Henry VIII's 5th wife. She was 19 years old when he had her arrested for adultery, 19 when they dragged her from her apartments at Hampton Court Palace. Young Catherine begged to speak with Henry VIII after escaping her apartment in Hampton Court, where she'd been imprisoned, only to be dragged back by the guards. She never did get to plead her case to her husband. She was executed in February 1542. The most well-known ghost of Catherine Howard is found at Hampton Court Palace. It is reported that visitors to the palace can hear the sound of Catherine Howard's screams and hear her begging for her life as she wanders the corridors of the infamous haunted gallery. Staff at Hampton Court Palace, a functioning royal residence and tourist site, still report unexplained screaming in that corridor today. A 19-year-old girl, still running, still screaming, still looking for a husband who never came. The 14th of April, 1865. Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, was shot at Ford's Theater in Washington, D.C. He died the following morning. He has reportedly been in the White House ever since. At the White House, everyone from first ladies to queens to prime ministers have reported seeing the ghost or feeling the presence of Honest Abe, particularly during the administration of Franklin D. Roosevelt, another president who guided the country through a time of great upheaval and war. Lincoln's ghost is often reported in the Lincoln bedroom and has been cited by many notable figures, including Winston Churchill. Winston Churchill, the Prime Minister who guided Britain through World War II, reportedly encountered Lincoln's presence in the White House and refused to sleep in the Lincoln bedroom again. Queen Wilhelmina of the Netherlands, sleeping in the White House during a state visit, reportedly heard a knock at her bedroom door in the night. She opened it. Abraham Lincoln was standing in the hallway. She fainted immediately. Theodore Roosevelt, Herbert Hoover, Dwight Eisenhower all reported sensing Lincoln's presence. Ronald Reagan's dog reportedly barked endlessly at the door of the Lincoln bedroom and refused to enter. A dog, a queen, a prime minister, multiple presidents, all pointing to the same room, the same presence. The man who held America together in its darkest hour appears to return during America's darkest hours, as if he is still watching, still working, still there. The 16th of October, 1793. Marie Antoinette, Queen of France, was guillotined during the French Revolution. She was 37 years old. Marie Antoinette is reputed to haunt the Petit Trianon in Versailles, where she used to retire from court life. Sightings of her ghost or time slip, occurrences that transport people to the 18th century, are reported by visitors to the palace. But the most extraordinary account came in 1901. Two Oxford academics, Charlotte Anne Moberly and Eleanor Jourdain, visited the gardens of Versailles independently. Both reported the same experience: people in 18th century dress. A man with a pockmarked face warning them to turn back. A woman in period clothing, sitting sketching near the Petit Trianon. When they compared notes, the details matched precisely. Historical research later suggested the woman they saw matched descriptions of Marie Antoinette. Two academics, independent accounts, the same vision. Researchers still debate whether they experienced a genuine time slip, a moment where the barrier between 1901 and 1789 simply dissolved. The gardens of Versailles look exactly as they did when Marie Antoinette walked them. Perhaps she still does. 4 figures, 4 centuries, 4 locations that still carry the weight of what happened in them. The Tower of London, Hampton Court Palace, the White House, the Palace of Versailles. These are not abandoned buildings, not forgotten ruins. They are functioning historical sites, visited by millions, staffed by professionals, documented by governments. And yet the screaming continues in Hampton Court's gallery. The Lincoln bedroom remains one of the most reported haunted rooms on Earth. Soldiers at the tower still walk those same corridors at night, and the gardens of Versailles at certain hours feel like something is watching from the Petit Trianon. History tells us these people died, but history keeps hearing from them. That is the case file on haunted historical figures and royal ghosts, and the ledger stays open. Subscribe to the Midnight Ledger. New case every week. Tell me in the comments, which royal ghost would you least want to encounter? Until next time, the ledger stays open.